Shalom, brothers and sisters. Good morning. So this morning we're going to be making a cayenne tincture for high blood pressure. It also helps with osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, fibromyalgia, lupus. And so I'm allowing you a little bit into my story because I do have lupus and a disease called Cacucci's, and they both mimic the same symptoms. And so what I do, because I don't take your quote-unquote pharmacia medications for that, I rely on natural things to maximize my comfort. Let's put it in that regard. Okay, so to make a cayenne tincture, you can do this a couple of ways, but I'm going to talk about two today. Of course, you will need your cayenne peppers. You can use fresh ground, store-bought. It really doesn't matter. You can use vodka. I use this very cheap brand because as long as it's 80 proof, you're good. Now, if you don't want to use alcohol, you don't want to use vodka, not a problem. You can use vegetable glycerin. But in using vegetable glycerin and you're using either dried cayenne or dried ground powder, you will need to reconstitute this in some type of water solution first. I don't do that because it waters the product down way too much for my liking. So I kind of suck it up by the cup and go with the vodka. Okay, so what you need is a mason jar. Any size mason jar. Today, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use a pint-sized jar. You're going to need your, I'm going to say your constitution of choice, which is either vodka. You can also use gin. That's another one you can use. Or your vegetable glycerin mixture and water. Okay? So I'm going to use the rest of this up since it's nearly gone before I open this one. And all you want to do is add your pepper halfway your jar. Okay? Fill it halfway up your jar with your herb or your pepper, depending on what tincture you're making. So, like I said, this one is good for high blood pressure, arthritis, rheumatoid, arthritis in general, fibromyalgia, lupus, and high blood pressure. Okay, and I'm going to say this while I'm talking about what the benefits of these are. Do your own research. Do your own study. I am not a physician, okay? I'm going to repeat, I am not a physician, and I am not recommending that anyone substitute this for their traditional medications if you are taking traditional meds. That's a decision you would sit with your family, your spouse, and your physician and make on your own. Now, having said that, in an SHTF situation where you may not readily be available to get your medications from pharmacy or doctors or wherever you choose to, get your prescriptions, this is what I would be using. I'm telling you what I'm going to do. What I do, not going to do, but what I actually do. Okay? So what I'm telling you is fill this jar, like I said, little halfway, little bit more. And then you want to add your constitution of choice. I think I said that. And if I can get the bottle open, you can tell I don't drink because this will probably be open by now. Let's see. Okay. Give me a minute to figure this out. I'll be right back. Okay, finally. I'm done fighting with the deck on bottom. It almost won, but I took it out. So now, what you want to do is fill your bottle And this is not a tincture that you'll be able to use tonight. This is a time thing. Any tincture you make will need some time. Okay, so it's not like you're going to be able to get this done and start using it right away. I would recommend waiting 2, maybe 3 weeks, but you can leave it up to a month before use, okay? So let's say you, for whatever reason, is expecting an SHTF situation within the next month or so. You're good to start making your tincture today, and it'll be ready for you. Now, I said I would tell you my story, okay? I tell you a little bit about my story. I did not just jump right into taking tinctures. What I did is wean myself completely off of my former care medications, and I did it this way. So let's use my blood pressure, lupus medication. Let's say lupus medication. When I started my tincture, and it was fully ready to use. Okay, it has to be fully ready to use. Mix this very well, by the way. And when it's fully ready to use, you will strain it and put it into a dark dropper bottle, such as this. Here's some other tinctures that I have readily available for my family. This one is for sore throat, so it's in a clear bottle because this is honey and ginger. And then this one is for cold and flus. It's in a dark bottle because it's made with vodka as well, okay? So what you want to do to wean yourself off of your medication, you need to keep record of how much you have. Let's say you have a 30-day supply. So you start day 1, you take your regular meds, but then day 2, you would take a tincture. The next day, your regular meds. Day 3, your tincture. And you would do that until you are completely out of your former care medications. Once you're completely out of your former care medication, then you start your tinctures completely every day. And the amount and all is in the description below. So I suggest you go and read. It's some good information that I'll be adding into the description. So what you want to do is put your top on tight and give a good shake to make sure you have thoroughly mixed this. And set this where you can see it on a daily basis, because while this is getting ready, what you'll need to do is come in every day and give a good shake to make sure this is mixing up. Now let me say something. If you come in 2 weeks later and you want to use this, you may still have some ground cayenne pepper in here. Just strain it through a cheesecloth or your nut milk bag. And you guys have seen that before. Here's one. And this one here you can tell is for that because it's stained. It's got a little ridge tinge. And then I've put on here what it is used for. So I don't mix it with other things. Okay? And so what you do is strain it into your dark bottle with a funnel. I keep these chalkboard labels so that I can clean my bottles when they're empty and reuse. These are glass bottles. Keep my chalkboard labels, write on here what it is, the date it was made. I'm going to use a marker and just write on the top of this. Today's date, cayenne tincture. And every day I'm going to come and give it a shake for 2 weeks up to a month. And then after a month, when you come in and you go to put it in your bottle, you'll notice that all of that cayenne pepper has been evaporated and thoroughly mixed in to this vodka. So you'll have nothing to strain. It should have completely absorbed into your alcohol, which ensures you will get a maximum amount of relief from your homemade tincture. Thank you for stopping in. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. I love you all. Bye.